Alright plebs, welcome back to the Ball Hat. Hope your day's going well, and today I'm just gonna do like a quick video. Gonna discuss what are the best teams to run for the pierce rate team. Now obviously we know that it's gonna have Demon Meliodas and it is gonna have Lilia, but there's a ton of different combinations you can run. You can run Escanor, you can run Hauser in the main three, you can run Coin Shop Barn, you can run Gotha, you can run King. There's just so many different units you can run. But I think the team that most people are gonna be using is gonna be it's gonna be probably, I would say, Escanor, right? So they'll run Escanor. Oh, I just took off the wrong unit. So Escanor, right? And then they'll have someone like a Hauser, but from what I've seen, a lot of people are tending to go with Griamore. So this is the one that I've seen that most people are using. Now this team, although I do like it because you can kill blue units very quickly with Escanor and then you follow up with a Demon Meliodas attack, I don't like it too much just because there's no backbone, right? Your only backbone is Red Griamore, giving your units more lifesteal and stuff and more HP. But against like other good players or like just like really beefy players, this team doesn't work out too well. But nonetheless, it is probably still the most popular. I would use Hauser instead, just because Hauser, he will increase your allies or your human allies stats. Escanor and Lilia, Demon Meliodas is a demon, so he doesn't affect him. The reason why I like this is that even if your Demon Meliodas is killed, you'll have a unit in Hauser who also has pierce rate. So if your Demon Meliodas dies, you aren't necessarily just gonna like insta lose the game, right? Because for pierce rate, if your Demon Meliodas dies, chances are you are probably going to lose that game. It will take a lot of a lot of things to go your way for you to win a game if Demon Meliodas dies. So it's like it's a bit hit or miss, should I say, especially if you fight a lot of Valenti teams. Escanor, I don't think he's the greatest against Valenti teams. You will definitely struggle a lot just because you can't really kill her fast and stuff like that. So it does make life quite a pain. But if I was going to use Escanor, which I do not, I personally do not run Escanor in my pierce rate teams, and I don't think I will, just because I don't really like using Escanor too much, as weird as that sounds. Only in burst teams, and obviously this is a like mega burst team, but I don't like single target units in pierce rate teams. What I like to run is Coin Shop Barn. You guys know I love me some Coin Shop Barn. I think he's amazing. He's he's just a really good unit. And pierce rate team is a team where he can absolutely shine, where he can look very good, and that's why I just like Barn. Obviously he gives you the ability to snatch against Valenti teams. That's very good because you reduce their defense. Your Demon Meliodas, even though he will be cucked by Valenti's unique, you will be able to do some more damage. Barn himself will do some decent damage because he has no pierce rate calculations involved in his skills. And I just think like Barn is a really solid choice. If your Barn isn't like really like max build and stuff, like he's not 6 out of 6 all cosmetics, maybe he isn't the best option. But me, I really do like running Coin Shop Barn. I'm running this well, not Hauser, I actually tested out Green Hendrickson in my last video, but if I was to try and play this seriously, I definitely would put Hauser in the back. He's gonna buff our Barn, give him more attack. He's gonna buff our Lilia, give her more defense, more HP. So this one is very solid. Now the next one that you can use, which is becoming somewhat popular in top 100 PvP, is this right here. Now actually maybe not her, we'll just keep Jericho. I don't really need to keep changing units. This is really good because you get the best of both worlds in mirror matches. Well, not necessarily mirror because they won't be using the exact same units, but in like pierce rate mirror matches, Valenti's gonna save you. Like Valenti's gonna win you the game just because you're not gonna get destroyed by the other pierce rate team. Very good. Obviously this is a hybrid on JP. We used to call this the hybrid team because you have two different type of metas in one team. Obviously Hauser does buff Valenti because she is a a human. He buffs Valenti, he buffs Lilia. Him buffing Lilia is really good because your Lilia is not going to get one shot because Escanors will definitely one-shot your Lilia if they have 3 cards, or even if Escanor's on the Pierce Rate team. 2 Escanor attacks, Meliodas AoE, boom, your Lilia is dead, your Blue Demon Meliodas is dead if Escanor targets him. So putting Valenti in there is a really good choice. If you was really bold and brave, you actually can put in green Gil Thunder. So what green Gil is going to do for you is that he's going to increase your Valenti's resistance, which means that your Valenti is going to reduce their pierce rate even more. You're going to take less damage. At the same time, he's going to buff all your other units' defense related stats. So with this, your Lilia, your Demon Meliodas, you're not going to get one shot by Escanors, even if they tried, because Valenti is going to reduce their pierce rate by just that 30% extra, and that's going to really reduce the damage you take, as well as increase the defense related stats. It's going to become harder for the enemy pierce rate to crit you and stuff like that. So this is very solid. I might consider using this. I just don't like it too much because the CC is pretty low. All the other teams I've showed you, the CC is pretty damn really high, so maybe that's something to consider. But nonetheless, this is a very solid team. Obviously, there are some dudes who they're just gonna go all out, right? They're gonna go all out, and they're gonna run something like this. They will run their Hauser, and then in the back they'll probably run Red Grimmore. I mean, this is fine. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. The only thing I don't like about this is that against Valenti teams, you are really gonna struggle, even though you do have double pierce rate units. And as you already know, with Lilia in the pierce rate team, you actually do damage to Valenti teams. It's not like before where you do nothing, like they patience your AoEs. At least now you can do damage, but I just find it to be like really slow with Hauser and stuff, because, you know, depending on RNG, maybe you can do a lot of damage really fast and kill them. Oftentimes you'll probably get a lot of Hauser crit skills and Demon Meliodas debuffs and stuff. So card draw with this team can absolutely stink, and I really don't like this. I don't think you should be running double pierce rate units. Maybe you know, you might think it works, so you'll try it, whatever it is, fair enough. But me personally, I do not like this team. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. That choice is up to you. What else would be a good idea to run with this? Some people actually do run Gowther, and the reason why they run him is that Gowther works really well with Lilia, because Lilia does need some help when it comes to rank ups. Both of her skills only do things at level 2. So at level 2, her heal cleanses debuffs. At level 2, her AoE removes gauge, removes ultimate gauge, ultimate rollback, whatever you want to call it. Gowther isn't the worst option. However, you are missing a lot of DPS if you use Gowther. He does add more utility to the team. Now, I don't know if you'll use Red Grimmore with him. You can use, you know, whoever you want. The sub for pierce rate team is really flexible. This team, I guess it works better if you are facing like different maybe ult teams or maybe even Valenti teams. This doesn't work too bad, but against other pierce rate teams, if you have Gowther in your team, man, you're probably gonna get schlopped. So yeah, it's a choice, it's an option, but generally I would not recommend. Who else would be really good? I think that's pretty much it in terms of like the best front units to use. I think yeah, there's no one else I would consider running in the front. But if you want like the best balance, like the most consistent one, I guess you could use Escanor. Now Escanor, the teams that have Escanor in top 100, they're not doing too well, so keep that in mind. Like Escanor in the team, it is really good, but in the mirror match sometimes it's not going to be the best thing in the world. And finally, I want to discuss the subunits. You can use so many different subunits, right? You can use Hauser, you can use what's her face, where is she? Who was I gonna? You can use Blue Jericho. Sorry, people use Blue Jericho because she increases Lilia's pierce rate. Her attack related skills also increases your Meliodas pierce rate and his attack related skills. More pierce, more attack, more crit damage, all that good stuff, more crit chance. You can run Green Gil, take less damage. You can run Green Gowther, decrease all enemies' defense related stats by 15%. You can run Death Pierce. Where's Death Pierce? You can run Death Pierce, decrease their crit resistance and their crit damage reduction. I think that's what it is. Crit damage reduction, crit defense. Sorry. So yeah, decrease that good stuff by 30%. You can also run Green Hendrickson, which I did use in my last video. Every time you use a skill, increase pierce rate by 5%. This is mostly for Demon Meliodas, because you know, 5% is technically 15% for Demon Meliodas because he's gonna triple it. So it's like there's literally a lot of different things you could run. Some dudes just flat out go for like a CP, like they want more CP, so they'll use Blue King. I've seen that quite a few times in top 100. I guess Blue King as sub isn't the worst idea, because if he comes out, maybe you can start petrifying, you can start healing, so he isn't the worst idea as like a filler. But generally most people are going to use Hauser or Red Grimmel, so just keep that in mind. Obviously, as I said, pierce rate team is incredibly flexible. Maybe some dudes even go with Merlin, Green Merlin, because you know, if you have Green Merlin in the team, you're going to start off with at least one ultimate gauge. And what that's going to do for you is that turn 1 you'll always be able to instantly push someone's ultimate. So I guess it's just something to think about. Really, the most you know, the most common one is definitely going to be probably this. It's definitely going to be Demon Meliodas, Escanor, Lilia, and then Hauser. That just seems to be the most common one, and while it might be the most consistent, it's definitely not my favorite. But I guess that's just preference, right? Since I have all of the units available to me, I'm able to just like use whoever I want. And if I'm being 100% honest, I haven't tried this. Like, I actually haven't tried the Escanor version. I've tried the Coin Shop Barn version. I've tried the Valenti version. Haven't tried the Escanor version just yet, just because I really don't want to. He's only you know, very good in the mirror match against Valenti. He doesn't do too well. But yeah, anyway guys, that's pretty much it for my you know, just my recommendations and stuff. Obviously I didn't really recommend anything. I just kind of gave you some ideas, some I don't know, some pros and cons. Maybe you'll listen to my advice. I didn't really like I said, didn't really give any advice. I just gave some options. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you very soon for a top 100 PvP video. Have a good day, you plebs.